Yo, gentleman's game here. Today, I'm going to teach you guys about arguably the most important trait that you can have in order to immediately jumpstart attraction from any woman. Now, of course, this isn't always going to work, especially if you're a low-value dude with nothing to offer her. But assuming you've been watching my videos, working on yourself, your social skills, physique, your sense of purpose, then I can guarantee that adding this into your little toolkit, so to speak, is going to do massive things for your game and overall results with women. And I'm going to illustrate the power of this trait with a story. But first, shout out to the sponsors of today's video, Tiege Hanley. These guys have really helped me maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process straightforward and uncomplicated. Honestly, it's probably the best skincare system out there for guys like you. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime, a twice per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of dead skin cells, an AI moisturizer with SPF 20 to protect your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Another great part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really make the process of achieving great skin amazingly easy. I've been using their products for a while now, and it might sound weird, but I look forward to my morning and evening routines because I just feel more confident after using their products. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including 30% off, being able to customize your box, pausing or canceling at any time, and free US shipping. If you're outside the US, they offer low-cost shipping to most countries. Just click the first link in the description and you'll get Tiege Hanley for 30% off your first box and a free gift. Click that link and get started today if you're ready to up your skincare game and become more attractive. So one of the students I coach once came to me with an urgent issue. See, he was a college junior and he had a huge crush on one of the girls in his psychology class. He noticed she would always wear this beanie to class with the logo of one of his favorite bands on it. She was just his type looks-wise, and whenever he heard her raise her hand during class to answer a question, her voice would mesmerize him. Suffice to say, the man was starting to simp instead of trying to figure out a way to actually get her to notice him, which is where I had to step in. And I told my student, his name was John by the way, hey look, put yourself in her shoes. What would be the warmest way to build an emotional bridge between you and her? Finding common ground, of course. Relating to a girl's world is the first step of being a seducer. Making a girl feel like you're one of the few people that understand her instantly places you into an exclusive circle in her mind. Now, how do you relate to a girl's world? Now, of course, the obvious piece of dialogue you could use would be something like, oh hey, you like Pink Sweats too? He's like one of my favorite artists, I really want to see him live one day. And that's fine at a basic level to just find some common ground and make her acquaintance. But the problem with this approach is that you're not giving any value. Like, yeah, you're relating to her, but not in a way that screams high value. You're kind of just over-eagerly trying to make her like you by calling out something that you two have in common, and she can feel this. Instead, a better approach would be to find common ground, then give your perspective or take on it. If you want a girl to take you seriously as a man, you have to show her that you're unapologetic in your opinions and your thoughts, since you're secure with yourself. For example, with my student, since he related with his girl through that common favorite artist, I told him about this concept and he approached her the next day, introduced himself, and followed up with something like, oh, you listen to Pink Sweats too? You know what's crazy is that he didn't even start singing until he was like in his late teens. Pretty insane that someone can learn how to produce good music like that in a few years. Dude's really a prodigy. I think he should collaborate with more rappers though. The vibe would really mesh. Again, relating to her world, but also in a refreshing way, kind of giving his thoughts and opinions on it in a way that'll naturally encourage more dialogue. Now, once you get past that first stage, relating to her world, what you want to do next is to bring her into yours. It's a concept I've talked about in some of my previous videos, getting her to enter your frame, i.e. playing by your rules, accepting your values, your morals, and ultimately your leadership. Personally, I find that the most effective way to do this is to make her experience something positive she's never experienced before. Even better, try to teach her things about herself that even she didn't know. It sounds like a vague concept right now, but let's see how we can apply it to the example with my student. So after John finally introduced himself to her, he asked if she had heard of this other artist that was similar, called LAKEY. She said she had never listened to his music before, so he sent her over some songs that weekend. She ended up loving LAKEY's music and even approached John during class the next day, telling him she went through all his earlier albums in one night. So now the emotional connection was made. He had shown her something that made her invested in their relationship. He then took this even one step further by doing some research beforehand and discovering that LAKEY was doing a show in a major city only a 35-minute drive away. And after he told her this, he invited her to come with him along with a few of his friends, and she agreed. After that, it was pretty much a smooth sailing. He actually made her his girlfriend, and they've been going strong for about 4 months now. See, my student John demonstrated one of the single most seductive traits that a man can have, which is really giving a girl novel experiences, sucking her into your world after you relate to her world. Now, of course, the more authority or status you have, the easier it'll be, but honestly, in most cases, these principles apply if you just put a little bit of effort to plan things out. So next time you want to seduce a girl, keep this in mind. Make the effort to be curious, like, yo, what is this girl about, and how can I understand her blueprint, so to speak, and then relate to that in a way where the girl will experience something new, something about herself that she didn't even know about. It definitely takes some practice, but if you develop this trait, you'll easily get women obsessed with you. So that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever tried this yourselves and how it's worked out for you. Next week, I have another banger planned as usual, and I know I've been a bit slower with the videos. Things were really intense for me over the last few months, but things are easier now, so expect more frequent videos. And as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Peace.